continue with the Raw review as we get on to Logan Paul and AJ Styles promo. The crowd obviously very loud in their opinions towards Logan Paul. So Logan Paul getting a lot of heat. Logan Paul says the city of London can't afford him. He only wrestles for the big time money and only does the big time fights like his brother Jake. And the crowd are chanting to Logan very loudly, "Shut the fuck up." And Logan goes to attack AJ. AJ, counters him, lands a couple of strikes, goes for the Styles clash, but Logan retreats to the outside. AJ comes out to chase Logan, hits Logan's head on the announce table, and looks at Pat McAfee like Pat McAfee likes what he sees. I don't know. Does Pat McAfee have a problem with Logan Paul? I mean, a lot of people do. And I don't have a problem with Logan Paul. I mean, I don't even know the guy. Am I a fan of his? No. Do I care about him? No. But I'm not like these people on the internet like, fuck Logan Paul, because I'm like, I don't know him. He's not done anything to me. I know the crypto stuff, but, come on, man. You got to be aware of this type of shit, man. You got to be aware that anything to do with crypto or Bitcoin, unless it's the person that is running that, they're the winners. It's just like a bookie. It's just like gambling. That's why I don't fucking gamble. Well, I only do scratch card, or I might bet one, on a sporting match. But I have you know what I mean though. It's like going into a casino and it's like the mafia runs it. And like, yeah, you're gonna fucking lose. And it's like that with crypto and Bitcoin. You're gonna fucking lose. Yeah, Logan Paul knew that, obviously, and he took advantage of that. I'm not saying, but I'm not here to someone that I don't fucking know to talk bad about him, because I don't know him. Obviously, I'm not a fan of his. I'm not a fan. I don't respect what he stands for or anything. Yeah, but I'm not one of these people that's like fucking going out of his way to fuck Logan Paul, because he's not really done anything to me. So if I saw Logan Paul, I'd just be like anyone else. I'd say, all right, mate, whatever. That's what I'd say, So yeah. But yeah, so AJ tries to, as AJ goes back in the ring, Logan actually does quite a an intelligent move. He jumps on the bottom rope while AJ's nuts are on the middle rope. Ricocheting. Is that the right word for it? Ricocheting or catapulting AJ Styles nuts into the air, or nuts into Logan Paul's mouth to swallow, or whatever the fuck. Yeah, so that was it. I'm serious. Logan Paul did a good move. What I've got to say about Logan Paul is his psychology is getting better. In the ring, he's slowing down a bit. He's not, he's not just doing these high spots just for a viral moment or something. I think he's more, tuned into the business now, and is being taught more the psychology of it. Well, I just noticed over his past matches, he's slowed down and he's getting it more, is what I can say. So there you go. I can't knock that. He has done well for a guy who's not had any training. A lot of people are like, fuck that, man. Why should he be fucking coming in doing that? And I get it. If I was a wrestler, I'd be pissed off. I worked all my life and this guy comes in. What does he do? YouTube. I mean, what? But, I gotta say, he's not bad. And that move that he gave AJ, well, I don't like the name of the word, fucking the polarizer. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? But he does pretty good finishes. That is finisher. It's like the side suplex. He lifts him up into a side suplex, and in midair, as he's midair in the side suplex, he drops down and gives him a DDT. It's a pretty decent move, that, to be honest. But yeah, kind of official, really. It's gonna be AJ versus Logan at WrestleMania. That's kind of certified. Now this was great. Not as great as what I wanted from this, though. Like I said, if you've not heard my previous shows, I said that I wanted Gunther to arrange a big get together. Go back to Austria and get together a big fucking Nazi party. All the fucking Nazis in Germany. You know, there still are Nazis in Germany, believe me. They're still there. You know, get the fucking Nazis there and say, instead, we'll do what we did in 1939 to Poland, only we're going across the other side of the fucking planet to these little fucking islands, Hallelujah Islands, near fucking New Zealand. You know, all these little dots you see on the fucking map. They're islands, right? Them little dots near fucking New Zealand, Australia. You see these little dots in the middle of the ocean. That's fucking land, right? And that land is Samoa. Island of Samoaland, the land of Uvagala, the land where Jacob Fatur is sat on his hammock, drinking a straw out of his coconut and banging on the grapefruit while all the Simons jiggy-jagger around and do the Yulafala and all the little rituals on the island, only for a big Nazi ship to come in. As Roman's sitting at the head of the table, Jey Uso is there discussing strategies about how I'm going to win the title. What can I do, Roman? I mean, you've been there so many times at Mania. I mean, how do I cope with it when I'm on top? And all this shit, and then, boom! Fucking 100 or so Nazis come, and led by Gunther himself. Hey, Jay, I come to take I'm not just going to stop you, take away your dreams. I'm taking away your livelihood, my friend. We're going back in time. And yeah, Gunther and the Nazis invade the island. And Jay and his, the Uwafala Halua family, is that what it's called? What family is it called? I'll just say the Bloodline family. You know, the Samoan family, the Isle of Samoans, they've got nowhere to live, and it's turned into a real story now, where, you know, there's a war going on between the Nazis and the Samoans. Like, a lot of focus has been took off Ukraine and Palestine now, because now they've got this other war going on. Now it's turned into reality. Now, fuck the wrestling. This is real shit. Now Jay's like, fuck WrestleMania, man. We're going to be, I'll tell you what, man. I'm going to set up a fight in the middle of fucking Germany or wherever. I mean, we're going to fight to the death so I can get my Samoa Islands back and my Ufala back. Or we can meet in the ring and I'll do it then. But it's going to be a shoot fight. And, obviously, as you know, Gunther will beat the shit out of Jay. And then Jay will get lucky at the end and win. And that's how the story should go, in my fucked up opinion. But obviously, that's not what happened. What I mean by this is simple, is Jay has been beaten by Gunther twice, right? You know, so, you should not, Gunther is a fucking machine. Gunther is a killer. Gunther is a guy like Ivan Drago. Gunther could murder you in the ring if you wanted to. Okay? So, you do not want you don't want any fan out there to have the illusion that Jay stands a fucking chance against Gunther. Not until the last 5 minutes of the match at WrestleMania. And, you know, during the past couple of weeks, Gunther's been running away. And that just does not make zero sense to me, you know. It doesn't make fucking any sense for Gunther to be running away from Jay. So, what Gunther did this week was great. And this is what I want to see every week. He has a match with Jimmy. It's like over a 10-minute match with Jimmy. And then after the match, it could be a following match, I think. But whatever it is, Gunther, as Jay's walking out with his beating up Jimmy, fucking Gunther behind, boom, attacks him. Look on Gunther's face like, right, now you're in for it, Jay. Now I'm going to really fuck you up. I'm going to show you why they call me the Ring General. I'm going to show you why every motherfucker here is scared of me. I'm going to show you why all these legends are saying that I am the best thing in wrestling at the moment. Because you hear from every legend, like The Undertaker and everyone else, they're all picking Gunther as the guy. And to me, Gunther is the guy. And great heel work by Gunther here. He gets a zip tie and beats Jay up on the outside, then zip ties his right arm into the middle rope. As Jay's looking helplessly from the middle rope, that's when Gunther gets the Intercontinental title and smashes it hard over Jimmy's head. Picks him up in the ring, in the middle of the ring, and gives him a powerbomb. And Jimmy is bleeding like a stuck pig. It's a crimson mask, as Jim Ross would say. It's a crimson mask, and Jimmy's got a bit of colour here. And what I loved about this is when Gunther just starts licking Jay's blood and then licking it on his finger. And Cole says, you sick. And even the crowd are chanting, you sick fuck. You sick fuck. Like they do in ECW and all that shit. I mean, yeah, Gunther showing a nasty side to him. That, you know, usually he's very cold, calm, and collective. This side to Gunther is showing that sadistic, that side that could just kill you in a match. You know, that match, just do not fuck with this guy because this guy will kill you. And he brutalized Jimmy. He held Jimmy like a couple of inches from Jay, who was helpless on the rope. And the expressions on Jay's face were great. Just watching your twin brother, you grew up all your life, getting pretty much beaten to death by Gunther. And inches away, Gunther puts Jay in a big sleeper. Now, people would say, well, where's the security? And I didn't think about that until Michael Cole said it on commentary. He was like, yeah, why is security not out here? Probably because, now I'll give you a reason for it probably. Probably because of all the fucking security guards there look like fucking wrestlers in the 20s in the developmental fucking program in NXT that haven't made it to the NXT or the main roster. They look like fucking prospects from the, you know, the performance center. You know, they just do not look like real security guards. So when they mean bring out the security, they probably mean now bring out the real security. You know, and that's what they need to work on, WWE. They need to, when they get these security guards out there, they need to look like actually be security guards, like believable. Like security guards who would be able to handle themselves, which they should obviously, because if they can't, then what use are you? If I, you know, back in the day, if I saw a security guard, you know, when I was not working and shit, when I saw a security guard, he was a muppet, and I knew he wouldn't do shit. I'll just be like, fuck you. I'm taking this. What are you gonna fucking do about it? You know? And that's from a shop. You know what I'm saying? I never, as I said, I never took anything from anyone in a violent way. You know, or if I ever took something, it was from a big business. Is all I'm going to say. Anyway, fuck, man, I'm getting off key here. So, yeah, Gunther's choking the shit out of Jimmy, and Jimmy's bleeding, and Jay is like just in agony and mental agony from what Gunther's doing to his twin brother. And yeah, Jimmy gets loaded on the ambulance because Jimmy gets brutalized. And that's what I want to see every week from Gunther. I want it to get worse. And that's why I pitched that storyline, which I think should still happen, because they should, maybe wait until after WrestleMania for it, because then Gunther's pissed off, and he have a grudge against Samoans in general, because I don't know, maybe it's Jey Uso's family screws Gunther at WrestleMania, and Jey wins, and then just Gunther develops this fucking hatred for Samoans, and then ends up joining the new Nazis in Germany. Fucking do it. Why not? Great storytelling right there by me. You can't deny it. If I was booking, this show would be fucking great. Fucking great, man. Right, so now we'll go through the logistics of Raw. So here we are with the logistics of Raw. It was in the O2 Arena in London. The cage match rating gave it an 8.3. I gave it an 8.1. The tag team match. The New Day versus Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. It went for 8 minutes and 50 seconds. The cage match rating is 6.6. Gunther defeats Jimmy, Jay's brother, and 8 minutes 15 seconds via ref stoppage because of the tying up with Jey Uso and that. 7.5 cage match rating for that one. The next match was the Judgment Day with Carlito defeated Braun Breaker and Penta in 9 minutes 11 seconds. 6.3 cage match rating. Now for the main event, the WWE Women's Title match. Now I was wrong, and I'll always admit if I am wrong. And I thought I was right about this. I thought that Rhea Ripley, because she lost the title, was injured. Because I said that, it's just the third podcast. So I said it on the first, I think. Because a couple of weeks ago, Rhea lost the title to Io, and weeks leading up to that, they made that match. Weeks leading up to that match, and I was watching Rhea wrestle, and especially in that match with Io where she dropped the title, and she looked injured to me, and that's why I'm saying that's why they did it, because they've got to take the belt off Rhea because she's not fit enough to wrestle at WrestleMania. But I've searched everywhere, and there's no report anywhere that Rhea is being injured. So, fake news on my part. I didn't make it up. I actually did think that Rhea was injured. Just the way she was moving and the way they booked that Io Sky to win, the match. The way they booked the match in advance and all that. And she could be injured still. I don't know. But, she didn't win back the title anyway because it was a double DQ. Bianca was a special guest referee. It went on for 14 minutes and 53 seconds. Cage match rating gave it a 7.5. And then there was a dark match after Raw went off the air between Punk and Ludwig Kaiser that lasted 5 minutes and 32 seconds. CM Punk wins that one. Right, with the news, Saraya leaves AEW. Now this comes at a very, coincidental time. I believe it is a coincidence. Seeing as a book has just come out, it's a great book. Any wrestling fan, even if you ain't a wrestling fan, you say you're a fan of women in sports. I mean, this is a great book. I mean, this is everything. Everything about this book is better than Ronda Rousey autobiography. This is how an autobiography should be done. Great. If you didn't know anything about Paige, you'll be in for a surprise. She had quite an eventful life. And that's coming from me. So there you go. But yeah, Saraya leaves AEW. I mean, what did she ever do in AEW? I mean, I didn't even know that she went to AEW. I thought she was still injured. I know that Sasha Banks has gone to AEW. She called herself Mercedes, hasn't she? But I never know Paige, Soraya's a real name, went to AEW. So what the fuck did AEW do with her? Because Paige was, in my opinion, I mean, Dutch Mantel started the women's revolution with Gail Kim and the TNA knockouts, but for the WWE's women's revolution, the one that was mainstream, so to say, I mean, Paige was the first woman really to, you know, obviously there's Lita and Trish before and that could work, but Paige, she didn't come in because of her looks. Even though she's she's good looking and that, decent looking young woman, but she didn't come in there because of that. She came in because she was a wrestler. She acted the part. She took it seriously. She could work. She was mean. She's that bitch that you don't fuck with. She's like the little Kim of wrestling, so to speak. Like, yeah, she'd be sexy as fuck, she could fuck you, but then she'll fucking fuck you up afterwards. Type of shit. And she won't need to do what, women usually do by playing mental mind games with you and try and manipulate you. Not all women do, I mean, just some women do that, And I know why they do it, it's because, they have to, because most men are physically stronger than women. It's just a fact. So women have to use their minds, which they're very good at, into manipulating certain people with sexual favors or whatever. Not all women, most women ain't like that. Most women are very nice people. So I don't want to talk badly about women because I was raised by a woman. Well, yeah, I was raised by a woman, basically, and I've never had a father figure in my life. Never had a dad, so, or a granddad, so, there you go. You want to cry? You want to get on the fucking floor and cry for me? Well, I don't want any fucking sympathy, because I don't give a shit, because 3/4 of the people, well, most of the people that I grew up with didn't have a fucking dad either, so it's fucking normal, really, to me. I mean, it is what it is. That doesn't make you who you are. It's good to be taught how to be a man, but you find out yourself. That's all I can say. To someone who hasn't grown up with a father figure, all I can say is you'll figure it out yourself. Eventually. You know what I mean? Right, there's some other news here. It happened that when Mae Young's angle, where the most fucked up angle ever of her giving birth to her hand because of Mark Henry, sexual chocolate, everyone thought that was Vince Russo, and it does sound like a very Vince Russo-esque idea. But no, it weren't Vince Russo's idea. It was a writer called Tommy Blasher. You know. Come on! Fucking got it. Tommy Blasher. B-L-A-C what H what A. That's how you spell the last name. Sorry, it's my ADHD or Asperger's kicking in. Or my drug use kicking in, I don't know what. But yeah, Mae Young gave birth to a hand. But Russo didn't write it because Russo was in WCW at the time. Because Russo left WWF in September of '99, and Mae Young, the timeline here, Mae Young gave birth to a hand in a February's episode of SmackDown in 2000. So Russo had gone by a long time. So no, Vince Russo had nothing to do with that. I always thought that was Vince Russo's idea. A lot of people did, but No. Other news, a little opinion from JBL. He thinks that Albert Patron is the best wrestler in the world. He's a Mexican luchador, Triple A wrestler. So yeah, JBL's down with the luchas. In other guys' opinions, Kevin Nash, Big Daddy Cool. Yes, Kevin Nash thinks Cody and Cena should not touch each other before the main event at WrestleMania because a lot of fans have been complaining about them not touching each other, them just staring. And Kevin Nash is like saying, I think he says it on his podcast, yeah, that he doesn't want. He thinks that there's no need to. It's a big fight feel. He kind of comparing it to like Ali, Foreman. Like, would they touch each other or fight each other before the match? Obviously, that's real fighting. I get where Kevin Nash coming from, though. I do get it. I personally would have them fight before, you know. You know, to be honest, because unless you really built the match up through months and months, you know what I mean? Because this match hasn't been built up through months and months, has it? It's just been built really since Elimination Chamber. So I don't think this applies to this match really. You know, some matches, yeah, but I don't know. I don't think they should not touch each other for Mania. But I get where Kevin Nash is coming from, and Kevin Nash obviously has been there, done that. So you know. Other news. Billy Gunn quoted in an interview that his tag partner from the New Age Outlaws, Road Doggy Dog, helped him a lot become an established star by creating the New Age Outlaws, because Billy Gunn said he was about to get fired before the New Age Outlaws when he was doing the smoking guns thing and Sonny was managing him and that. You know, he wasn't really that over was Billy Gunn. But as soon as he joined the New Age Outlaws and then they joined DX, then they were fucking over and became one of the greatest tag teams of all time. And Billy Gunn, fucking hell. Billy Gunn, have you seen Billy Gunn? He looks just as good. He's nearly, is he 60 or some shit like that? It's mad. He looks nearly, or probably just as good as he did in his 20s or 30s when he was Mr. Ass. I'm like, that gives me hope that, if I eat well and train, that I can look good. It's never too late. You don't have to be a fat cunt for the rest of your life. Even in your 40s, you can still get shredded. And Billy Gunn's a living proof of that. Alright, the WWE Raw moments. There's the match between the New Day and Tyler Bate and Dunn. Throughout the match, Tyler and Dunn control the pace of the match with all the double team moves. The crowd pop big, really big for Bate and Dunn because they're from the UK. But the New Day prevail in the end. The heel tag team. I don't really care much about the New Day, that much anymore. I think with Big E gone, and they've been around. They were good while they were here. While they were on top, but I think they're a bit past their expiry date, in my opinion. But the Daybreak, whatever the Daybreak, can't remember what move that is. They hit the Daybreak to win the match. Now it's Gunther in the Jimmy match. Gunther just shows what kind of Lung General he is. Just takes control of the match. Basically, Jimmy starts the match only with a little offense, but Gunther takes control of all the fucking match. And then Uso managed to come back with a hope spot, only to get cut off when Gunther, he hits Gunther with his finisher, the Uso splash. But Gunther moves out of the way, and then Gunther then brutalizes Jimmy with loads of chops and a power bomb, and he had the match won. Did Gunther, but decided no, I want to hurt him. I want to show Jay that I can kill you and I can hospitalize you just like that. You know. The weekly focus on celebrities in the crowd. The celebrities in the crowd, to me, are fucking annoying and unnecessary. Who gives a fuck? I mean, I know they do it at UFC and shit like that, and I don't even like it at UFC. The only thing I like when they show the celebrities in UFC is not the celebrities they're showing, it's when they show the fighters. When they show fucking Alex Pereira or Sean Strickland or fucking, you know, Paddy Pimblett in the fucking crowd, Tom Aspinall in the crowd, you know, UFC fighters in the crowd. You know, that's when I like it. You know, because they deserve to be, you know, they deserve acknowledgement because they're the fighters, and that's what I'm watching UFC. All these other fucking celebrities, either I've never heard of them, or I don't care whether they're there or not. Like, I get it for a big boxing match in Saudi Arabia. That I get. When you get like Conor McGregor and fucking Rio Ferdinand and Cristiano Ronaldo there and all that, I get that. But come on, man, every week, especially every week, I mean, it's just, you know, it's just creating more dick riders in society. Because all these celebrities want is for you to ride the dick. And that's it. During the match, during the Gunther match again, there's one spot where Gunther really lays it on Jimmy with a clothesline at ringside. Yeah, it fucking looks like fucking ripped his head off with that one. Like fucking JBL with a fucking clothesline from hell, you know. The tag match with Penta and Braun. I'm telling you, they made a fun tag team. Did Penta and Braun. Braun with all the fucking intensity and power that he's got, and Penta with the fluidity and the high flying skills. Yeah, it was very. You know, I'd like to see them tag again. They've got good chemistry together, in my opinion. And Penta gets beaten up a lot before hot tagging Braun. And Braun comes out with a hot tag looking great, which everyone should from a hot tag. Throwing Balor and Dominic around the ring like a pretzel, just fucking suplexing him and tossing him around like the half his size. Don and Balor then set Braun up, and Braun accidentally spears Penta, which allows Finn to hit his finisher, the coup de grace, the double leg stamp, from the top rope. And then Penta kicks because Braun spears Penta. Penta at the end of the match gives a super kick to I think, yeah, if I can remember correctly, you know, gives a super kick to Braun. I think this is going to set up Intercontinental title match at Mania between Penta and Braun Breaker. I think that's what's going to be on the menu at WrestleMania. The London crowd booed Logan Paul very fucking loud. Yes, they fucking did. Io Sky has the crowd behind her as her match begins. Yeah, they're more behind Io in London than they are with Ripley. Maybe because we don't like fucking Aussies here. Not really. I mean, I've got my issues with Aussies. Not Aussies, but because my other side of the family, which I've never seen before. Yeah, that's all. That's it. That's all. I'm not going to go any further than that. But Bianca Belair, special guest referee in the look